Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Um, Welcome back to my page on Rebecca Soul, and thank you very much for tuning in. So, today I have with me um, my friend from Singapore as well. I have Liv. Hi, Liv.
Hi everyone. Hi Rebecca. Thanks for having me here.
Hi. So, like what I shared, I've invited you here to share your story, and yeah, why not introduce yourself to everyone, like who you are, who
Sounds
is
good.
Lee.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Rebecca. Really, thanks for having me here. And I thought it'd be nice for me to also share some of my experiences, right? Which is maybe first a simple introduction, like good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone from anywhere, like how Rebecca was sharing. I am from Singapore. My name is Liv. I am a full-time working mother. My profession is in the financial industry. So I have got three young kids at home. The youngest new addition came about 6 weeks ago. So I'm proud mother of three at the moment. Yes, and of course, at the same time, I'm also a digital business owner, and that's how, of course, I got to really know Rebecca and have an awesome community over here. Yes, so that's just something simple about who I am and where I'm from.
Yeah, like you the way we met through the community is so amazing, right? Like, and
Mm.
the fact that we have three children now, like the likes, the attraction. Yes, so this is how we find each other, and then we became friends as well. Am I right?
Mm.
So
Yes.
yeah, I just wanted to share, like, yeah, the possibilities that we have, like even for a stay-at-home mom like me, I get to
Mm.
find friends like you. And yeah, so to everyone, we would just like to know, like, what was life like before you started this digital business?
Okay. Yeah, so Rebecca, you had a very good point. Life really changed a lot after I started the digital business. But let's talk about how it was prior to that. I think I was like most young adults or typical person where you after graduation I got myself a job. Then I told myself that I have to really put in my all in that job, right, to fight for the promotion that everyone wanted, to get the kind of pay raise and bonus that everyone think the most desired one. So that was me for since I graduated all the way for the next 10 years at least. Yeah, so whatever time I had, I kind of really burnt into my career. It was quite demanding, but at that point I felt that it could bring me to where I want to, achieve the goals that I really want to. I can retire, I can do anything I want to, so long as I fight for that few years. I was kind of fortunate along the way. I did have opportunity, so there's no complaints about that. But things really changed when I became a parent. So my firstborn came into my life about 7 years ago. That was where I realized that besides the part about the financial aspect, what the career could potentially bring, maybe time is always lacking. Yeah, and I had this mom's guilt for a very long time because when she came into my life, it was at the so-called peak of my career as well. So I committed really a lot of time into the career, not wanting to, the fear of losing out because I've actually been, working so hard for so many years, right?
Mm.
And as a result of this, I actually I'm sad. Okay, now as I say that, I feel the guilt because I had to give up certain moments in time, right, where I choose to be at work, and those moments were the milestones of my daughter. Like when she's ill, sometimes I couldn't be the one to bring her to the doctor. Sad to say that. Or when she took her first step, when she made her first flip, her first turn, when she first called daddy and mommy. I wish I was really there, but I wasn't there. I was just at work. Yeah, so this was something that made me reflect a lot about what I really want at that point. Is it just a career? And I knew that whatever I do at work is to make my kids proud of me. So I really should have a backup plan that is about me and my family, especially my children. So that was when I really started looking at the plan B, which is businesses. Yeah, I knew that I got to get myself into a business that can bring extra stream of income and ideally free up time which I can spend with my kids. Yeah, and this digital business coincidentally is actually not the first business that I went into. So at that point when I was looking for a plan B, I went into a brick and mortar business. Yeah, and one of them is actually F&B industry. Yes.
Yeah.
It taught me
So
a lot of
yeah,
life. Yes, really.
yeah. So I mean, like you told me you have a few businesses, and then that's why I was curious, like what really made you step into this business? You already are like so busy with so many things, and you're a mom, you have so many businesses. Like seriously, what made you really want to, step in and, do this?
Mm. It's like how you were saying, Rebecca, because it got me so busy.
Mm,
What I really wanted from a business is to free up time for my kids, right? I mean, the finances aside. But I realized that ever since I started those brick and mortar traditional business, I was so busy that I never even had time for myself because I was still holding a full time job. And I got so tired that it is not giving me what I wanted, especially the time component. And I realized that it is important that I find a business that suits what I really want. Then COVID came along. Yeah, okay. So when COVID came along, my traditional business suffered. One of them is the F&B industry. Yeah, I thought that it won't because everyone needs food, right? But I was kind of wrong. I
mm,
thought that just turning it to delivery would be something that can help the business. I was wrong too. The business bled for several months. Yeah, and that was also a period of time I knew that whatever business that could free me time, that can give me what I want, the flexibility and the potential income, is in the online and digital world. And that's
mm.
where I studied a few business model. And from studying a business model, I came across an ad that talks about this digital business. Yeah, so that was how I actually got
Yeah.
to click on an ad, and everything else then become history now as I speak. A good decision that I'm so glad I came across.
Yeah. So, I mean, since stepping into the business, like how has that changed your life?
A lot. A lot in the sense that um, first, I think I've grown in the business. When I first started, I wasn't exactly the fairly digital savvy kind of person. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
also grew to realize that I don't need to be very tech savvy to excel in this business. I just need to be myself and learn because there's a very good platform here. So as a person, I've grown. I think that's important. I've picked up skills, digital marketing skills, and all. The second, which I'm very glad to have, is that I really free up time, even though I'm a business owner. Compared to my previous traditional roles where I'm physically required in the business, right, in order for the business to run. This current digital business actually runs at the back, even when we are spending time with our family, even when we are asleep.
Yes.
And that's exactly what I was looking for. And the time that I have so-called gained from this business is the precious time that I actually can spend with my kids as they grow up now. And of course, I think the most important change is also I'm glad that I found a plan B, a sustainable plan
Mm,
B. Yeah, and that really helps because well, with three kids and uncertainty going on, right? Because of the pandemic and everything, anything could happen.
yeah.
But when I have
Yes.
this good solid plan B by having a digital business, it's really a peace of mind. It's something that makes me happy and glad that it's going so well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
I mean, yeah, I can relate, as in not the business side or the full time job side, but yeah, being a mom of three to me is already like our time is usually for the kids, right? And plus, you have your job, um, you have the businesses, so definitely I cannot imagine, like wow, I that's why my quote for you is like too busy is just a myth. And
I'm
to
still learning.
hear you say you can, yeah, to hear you say that you are able to free up your time with the business, which means it's working, right? It's working for
Mm.
you, it's working for me. So yeah, like would you have any advice to anyone watching, like
Mhm.
like any advice for them about anything in life or about the
Mm.
business?
Yeah. And if I have to share anything that
Mm-hmm.
could be of value, I think the first
Mm-hmm.
thing is to get started. And to get started means really not just think. I was someone who used to always think that I want to do this, and having no time was an excuse, and I didn't get started until things change in life, right? Like priorities
Yeah.
change. But I
Yeah.
wish I started when I was early because my life would have been different. So that's the first
Mm-hmm.
one. But I think the second one is also not giving up. I've been in a digital business and a traditional business, and I can tell you, a real legitimate business is never going to be easy. It's going to be a steady process if it goes right, right? If you have the support, but it's not going to be so easy that you do not have to do anything. So being around to see the success is also equally important after we've get started. Yeah, so these will be that two things that I've learned that I also want to share with people who are watching us now and also thinking
Mm-hmm.
what should be next? What could I do next?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well said. So, I mean, thank you very much for your sharing and for having inspired me. And I hope anyone who's watching. Oh, Luciana is uh, watching us now. Hi, Luciana.
Hi, Luciana.
Good
Thanks for
morning.
watching.
Thanks for watching. Okay, so I mean, like, for anyone who's watching, um, whatever Liv has said, like, know that time will always pass. Even as we speak, time is passing and it will never come back. So, um, catch on, and like hold on and seize the moment, and yeah, check out something that is, non-obligatory. It is like, uh it won't peel your skin. It is, yeah, it's just it's just there for you to take a look, and yeah, for you to check out if this really fits you. So yeah, you can check out my website, or if you're watching from Liv's page, yeah, yeah, check out her website and see if this really fits you. So thank you everyone for your time. I'll see you again for our next story. See you. Bye.
Hi.